Fox News did a segment today about Christianity being pushed in a Texas public school district, and see if you can count the number of things said here that would make the founders facepalm.
This is an atheist group out of Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin. It's more than 1,000 miles away from where you live in Texas, and they are saying they have a problem with what's happening in your school district. Tiffany, are the majority of people that are living there, majority of the parents, for those plaques and like what's written on those plaques?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me read what's on the plaque, and then, Justin, I'm going to get to you. This is what the plaques say. Dedicated to the year of our Lord, 1997, to the education of God's children and to their faithful teachers in the name of the Holy Christian Church. So, Justin, as a chaplain in the city, and you have kids at that school, it seems like such a benign message to me.
Yeah, you know, we're all about, you know, wanting to see the cause of Christ go further. We want to see the cause of Christ in more public arenas in the American culture. We don't want to take things away from. We want to see Christ in our schools, and that's what I, as a parent and as a community minister, am all about.
Yeah, this is the same group that's attacked other schools in other states, the same group that went after the coach at Clemson University for holding voluntary Bible studies for the football team. And I think growing up in the South, people in Wisconsin, these atheists in other cities need to understand the culture in the South and how church is a very integral part of our childhood and growing up. And it's a very important part for the Southern culture.
Oh, why didn't you just say that? You should have just told us Christianity is part of our culture, and then we would have said, oh, no problem, put anything you want in the schools that involves Jesus. See, we assumed that part of the Southern culture was Hinduism, so when you guys started pushing Christianity, we were confused. That entire conversation, I think I heard Thomas Jefferson vomiting underneath his tombstone as this conversation was going on. They could not be more dead wrong about this issue. They act like it's just a common, everyday, natural idea that we're supposed to set up a system in America where we push religion. I love how on Fox News, if anybody brings up the issue of guns, shut up, there's a Second Amendment. Don't you dare ever want anything that has to do with any gun reform, even if it's a universal background check, even if it's things that don't violate the Second Amendment. Shut up, because Second Amendment. Second Amendment means you have to hush on guns. We can't touch them because it's in the Constitution. But on the issue of separation of church and state, on the issue of the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, which says that government needs to be neutral on the issue of religion, they can't favor one religion over another or religion over non-religion, they're like, Constitution? Constitution schmonstitution. I don't even know what you're talking about. We have a Constitution? There's no Constitution. What do you mean? What do you mean? If I had to come up with a lesson plan to teach to students things that are clear violations of the First Amendment and of the U.S. Constitution, what they had on the statue would be almost exactly what I would put. Because there's references to God, Lord, and then they specifically reference in the name of the Christian church. You can't do that. You can't do that. How do these people not know that this country was founded on the exact opposite idea of the one that they're pushing? A secular government was a revolutionary idea at the time. And it's honestly one of the best, if not the best idea about the United States of America and our government. And they want to scrap that and just set up a Christian theocracy. Now let's stop and think about this objectively. Imagine it was just a different religion, but their conversation was exactly the same. It's not like there aren't communities in the United States of America where there are majority minorities. So in other words, it's not like there aren't certain communities around the U.S. where there's a majority Muslims within a certain area. So why would those people not be able to set up a system where Islam is in the schools? Why not? Look, you guys are the ones that have started going down this path. You set the precedent of what? What do you mean? We're just doing what we want to do. This is just the majority idea. We're just putting religion in the schools. It's not a big deal. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so what if there's, in certain pockets around the U.S., the Muslim communities, about 1% of the United States, certain pockets that are majority Muslim in small towns or whatever, let them put Islam in the schools. Let them put a madrasa in the middle of Illinois. You opened up the door. How quickly would they reverse their position if that happened?